All right, let's do it. Just Incredible's Liftoff Show on Power 106. I'm joined by my brother today, man.
Yeah. What up, bro?
JD.
What's happening?
Mr. Don Chi, Mr. Make You Dance. So Def is in the building, man.
That's right.
We got to clap it up for my brother, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Good to see you, family.
Thanks for having me.
Inspiring, man. Yeah. Inspiring to be watching your grind at this point in your career.
Thank you.
I mean, you always been nonstop, man, but see the hunger, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know you're working on a new project, plus docu-series. Talk to me about it, man.
Yeah, so Magic City documentary coming out on Stars August 15th.
Come on, okay.
And we got a deal last year at South by Southwest.
Okay.
When I was showing the Freaknik documentary, and that's when we basically got a deal for Magic City.
Crazy.
And during that time, I didn't have a record partner as far as what I wanted to do with my music. And so like a couple of months back, I closed the deal with Scooter as far as doing the thing with Hype. And then in the midst of that, I was like, yo, I'm doing this documentary on Stars. I probably should do a soundtrack,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Just something so I was actually trying to just like get music out fast because we had a new deal. Just try to put music in the marketplace. But then it turned into this the first project I'm putting out. Don't do something that's just to throw music out there. Don't do it like that because then people, I didn't know if people was watching or not, but 9 times out of 10 people watch.
They're checking in for sure.
Right. So it just turned into me, and my focus was like, I should produce all the songs. Right?
Yes.
And I started saying I'm going to produce all the songs. Then we'll start being like artists only from Atlanta because it's an Atlanta thing. Let's try something completely different. And I started making it where it was just like Jermaine Dupri produces all these different Atlanta artists that I never got an opportunity to produce.
Dope.
And then it just turned into Stars came back saying that they didn't really do soundtracks, and it wasn't something that they was really into with their projects. They don't usually do soundtracks. So then it was like, we already in motion. Let's just make this a Jermaine Dupri album inspired by Magic City. So it's still basically the Magic City documentary, but it's just like more me putting more of my energy into it and basically taking it and saying it's my album.
Damn, that's fire, man. That's fire. And what can we expect from the documentary? Like I was telling you off air, like I've never even been to the club. So like what are we gonna learn from it?
I guess you're gonna learn a lot about like strip clubs, period. You know what I mean? I think that I'm sure all strip clubs are probably ran similar.
Okay.
If not, then you're gonna learn about probably the way Atlanta strip clubs
is ran,
anyway.
Yeah. But specifically the way the music interacts, I would assume.
Well, that's I don't know how much that is in the documentary because it really talks about Magic and the girls and like basically the operation of the club.
Nice.
A lot of people think that girls could just go walk up and be in the strip club. You can't. It's more like they got to go downtown. They got to get a permit.
Oh, crazy.
They
Okay.
got to take their permits to Magic. Then Magic got to show them permits to the city.
Interesting.
And show that all the girls that work there are, they're permitted and they should be able to work. It's definitely a different system than what you think.
What you would assume.
You go to the strip club. Yeah.
Crazy, man. Yeah. That's dope. And he drops when on Stars?
August 15th.
15th of August. Y'all got to check that out, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Turnaround, song off the project, T.I., 2 Chainz, Young Dro.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, specifically putting those 3 on one record, man.
Well, when I first started making the record, I called Tip first. You know what I mean? I felt like me and Tip had this whole lifelong relationship about Welcome to Atlanta.
Okay, what was that?
How he felt like I ain't put him on Welcome to Atlanta.
Oh, shit.
So we've been having this whole thing forever. So this just became a project that I was just like, me and Tip done had this back and forth. I felt like I wanted to make this an Atlanta project, and I always wanted to do something with Tip that basically, I guess, fix my situation with him and the Welcome to Atlanta situation. But other than that, just really also just do something the mayor. I mean, I call myself the mayor. He calls himself the king of the South.
Come on.
I felt like, these two names coming together first will ignite the rest of the city.
I heard that.
And it definitely did. So Tip came. He brought Dro. Then once they came, I was like, I gotta put Chains on here because Chains from College Park, where I'm from.
Yeah.
And it's just like let's really represent the city.
Dope.
You know,
super dope. So how did you go about designing Welcome to Atlanta at that time? Like, what was the process of picking who was gonna go on, or?
It wasn't really no real process. It was like me and Chris had a relationship, right? And then it was like I wanted to do a song with Chris. And I don't know that me and Chris' song would have been called Welcome to Atlanta if I didn't see the floor mat in his video. He has a floor mat in the video, a Throw Them Bows, and he's upside down in the floor mat that's on the floor. It says Welcome to Atlanta.
Crazy.
And if I wouldn't have seen that floor mat, I probably wouldn't. That probably wouldn't have been the name
title
of our song.
Wow.
Yeah.
You never know where you're gonna draw the inspiration from.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's great because I wasn't thinking about me and Chris making an Atlanta song.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. And the project, as you said, is coming along, almost finished, or?
Yeah. I'm here now, actually working tonight, going to studio. Me and John. I'm just trying to make sure that I give the DJs and the clubs all the music that they need. You know what I mean?
We
I'm
need
trying
it
to
too.
Make sure that one record after the next record after the next record after the next record, something that you could drop in the clubs and the people gonna keep dancing.
That's right.
People gonna start requesting to dance to these records. People gonna make their little TikToks of the records, all of that. We need these dance records back.
We do.
You know, being the person who released the Franchise Boys.
Yes.
Being the person who found Lil Jon.
Come on.
Being the person who created So Def Bass All Stars. We you know, that element of dance came from
with
this
it,
side of the
yeah,
world.
for
You know
sure.
what I mean?
And
So
now we missing
just
it.
to put that energy back out there is very important.
Where do you think the current state of hip hop is, man? Like right now, where it stands? Because we were talking a little bit off the air, just how the clubs ain't really moving like that.
Yeah.
Maybe one couple songs, Sexy Red got some vibes, but shit, dog. Like I'm really looking forward to this project specifically for that. But I wanted to get your take on it.
I mean, I think that's what it is. I just think that and going out. You know, I think that like even you speaking on parties or we talking off air, it's like how many people are actually going out to just see that, right?
Right.
Like, because that's where it starts at. You got to see it. I actually have an opportunity to DJ in places, go to Vegas, this, that, and third.
Yeah.
And see that it's needed, right? When you DJ at spots, I come just check you out.
Thank you.
DJ just to be hearing what's happening.
Facts.
And it's the same thing. I'm there for, you know, the study and the art of it, and just to see like, okay, cool. If he had this record and he had this record, this party would be somewhere else tonight. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of times that's what people don't understand. That's why the DJ's been going back to a lot of the older records because it ain't no new records to keep them.
So true,
you know what I mean?
man.
To keep them in that space, so they gotta find a bridge to get back to the newest record. So it's just the research, and a lot of the young artists, they don't do the research. You know?
They don't do the research, man. All right, let's try to start at the beginning, man. Your catalog is fucking unbelievable, man, and it's a privilege to sit with you today, man, and be able to tell you that face to face. Seriously, like the soundtrack to my life, man. So really dope.
I feel old.
Nah, I mean, I say that with like, for me, falling in love with hip hop, falling in love with DJing and shit like that, man. You know, Criss Cross was one of my early introductions. You know what I mean? You were 19 years old, right, when you wrote Jump.
Yeah.
Where was life at for you at that moment? You're 19. You spot these two young kids in the mall, and you just have a dream from there.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it.
It don't really like. I just want a record out. I just want to get me a record out. I was just like, I won't get a record out. And I'm gonna have these guys basically the vehicle to put my music out. I wasn't locked into like being a big time producer. I just was like, I just want to, you know, put a song out with these guys, and pray to God that the record get on the radio.
Did you know when you were done with Jump that was going to be one of those ones?
You don't know what one of those ones is,
especially at
that point, because I never had one of those ones. But I felt like I felt like if they did the song the way I wrote the song, it was gonna be hard to ignore it. You know.
It just took on a whole wave, man.
Yeah. They became extremely hard to ignore. And I saw somebody saying this. Who was this saying this? I think it was DeMizza yesterday.
Okay.
And I was watching DeMizza, and he was saying something about how hard it is to break artists in this era.
Okay.
And I think when people say that, one of the things they leave out is the fact that ain't nobody made nothing that you cannot not pay attention to.
Like it's already been done, you're saying?
No,
you're
no,
saying
no.
currently no one's making anything.
Nobody's making anything that you cannot, that if they put it in front of you, you can turn this way.
Right.
Criss Cross was one of them type of groups where
you could
I
not
could put them in front of anybody. It's no way you could have turned away from it.
Facts.
You was gonna be like, what the hell is this?
That part.
What's going on, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like if I wanted to put that same type of energy into a new artist, I could. I just haven't.
I believe that. If anyone could do it,
Criss
it's you.
Cross took 2 years. It took 2 years for me to actually develop them into that space, and I feel like that's the same thing. Like, if anybody I feel like the development of artists is really, really shallow because everybody trying to just find something
right now,
put it out immediately.
Put it out right now.
Put it out immediately. But if I took my time and found something that I thought was interesting enough to do that with, and then I put more energy into their look and their whole persona, it wouldn't be hard to break them. It'd be, right now we got too many eyeballs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I had Criss Cross and I could put them on TikTok, Instagram, X,
to the moon,
YouTube, and all of this, I would break the internet.
Interesting, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't happen like that. There's not enough thought process going into artist development.
Yeah, it's
right
just
now.
not. The artists just not. The artists in themselves are not as interesting as they should be.
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned that look. I think about what the Brat. I think about TLC. You know what I'm saying? It was very like at that time that you had to have that. You couldn't just upload a song and the shit crack like that.
Yeah,
So
you had to walk in the room and be able to shut the room down just by walking in the room.
Along the way, what were some other moments or artists that did that for you? Just not even necessarily artists you had your hands in. Just like what were songs or moments where you were like, okay, no one could ignore that.
I mean, I think the Brat as an artist, I'm not even gonna say. I mean, I'm saying this because she's my artist, but I think the Brat had that element that when she came in a room, there was no way that you was ignoring because you either didn't know what the fuck was going on or you was just like overwhelmed, like wow, right?
For sure.
And I think Kanye came into himself at some point where he became that type of artist where you was like, yo, what's going on over there type of situation. And it's been a few, you know what I mean? It's been a few, and I think those are the ones that
obviously
that they have that standout. I think Tyler the Creator is one of these guys that when he come around, it's hard to you don't know what the fuck be going on, but you definitely you paying attention to him.
Right.
That's what it takes. It takes people. It takes a lot of that. I think Chris Brown got that. When Chris Brown go outside or whatever, when he see him in spaces and he not performing, he has a aura about him that looks like
superstar.
What he
What's
gonna
going
do?
on?
You know what I mean? So, you gotta have that. You gotta have that image, and a lot of people just don't care about image. They just think that. And I think, like I said, I think it's a lot because I think streaming has fucked up that a lot because the crossing of streaming into the music business, streaming takes away from the actual doctoring of artists, right? You ain't supposed to let people see you with your sneakers untied. You ain't supposed to let people see you,
right?
You know what I mean? Whatever it is that you do that you wouldn't show.
There's just some things that need to stay behind.
Some things that need to stay around. And I think that the streaming, it makes you just show everything, right?
Yeah.
So you don't even have time to even get your. It ain't. You know what I mean? It's it's kind of wiping away from what the entertainment business is about.
That mystery, right?
I feel like we got to stop crossing because that's their business. Our business is the entertainment business, and the entertainment business, you supposed to be seen a certain way.
Facts.
Oh,
you dropping them gems, man. JD is here giving that game, man. All right, so I mentioned Escape, Just Kicking It.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that record, man. What's a memory that comes to mind?
Multiple things. When I first did Just Kicking It, I was nervous because I never did a female group before. And I had come off Criss Cross, so I was I was scared to make another rap record because I didn't think I could make a rap record that would probably stand up to what Jump did.
Come on.
So then I chose to make an R&B record. that I had never done before. So it's just like, I'm just in a space where I'm like, oh my God, pray to God that this work. You know what I mean? And luckily, you know, the girls connected with younger girls at that time, and it worked for us. But, you know, I was really nervous about it.
I bet.
And it was just like, I didn't know how I should dress them. I didn't know what I should make them say, but I was just going basically off my gut and what I felt like female artists should look like and sound like.
And then once your gut hit with that, you like, okay, now we on to something here.
Well, I mean, I still didn't feel, I wasn't comfortable at that point. I still was just like, okay, cool. And then came back with the Brat.
Oh, man. And the Brat had like that West Coast vibe to her, too,
It's
man.
funny that people keep saying that. And you know what's crazy about that? What's interesting about the West Coast is that the West Coast made music, made replaying samples,
popular again in
like the most popular, to the point that people call anytime they hear keyboard music or rap records, they automatically feel like it's West Coast. Because what's crazy is like the Brat first single was Between the Sheets, which is the same sample in Big Papa. Right?
Yeah.
It's not a West Coast sample.
Facts,
right? It's the Isley Brothers record, right? And it's like, and people like, she sound like the West Coast, and I'm like, when did the Isley Brothers become West Coast, right? But it's the when you start bringing keyboards in and you playing the keyboards, and you have like somebody singing on the records like that, I think that's what curves it into that direction.
A West Coast vibe, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man, you've had so many legendary eras, man. What keeps you so sharp? Like, what keeps you so motivated after all this time, man?
Hate.
Yeah, motherfuckers doubting you still? Who the fuck is still doubting JD?
Shit, it's everybody.
Hey, but that's a good lesson for us, man, because it don't matter what journey we on, it's good to hear.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm definitely a person that people look at and they talk about it like they want to see it work, but they also want to see what I'm going to do when it don't work. Right? They also want to see what I'm going to do if it don't happen, if it don't work, right? So it's like, I automatically, I already go into it with that mindset. That's what people don't understand. I'm working with that mindset, right? I'm thinking about that the whole time I'm making records. I'm thinking about that the whole time that when I'm like, even like I said, when we first started this project, it was like, just put out some music, basically to, you know, you've got a new deal with Hype. But then that's what I thought about. I thought about, man, you know what? People gonna look at this, me and Scooter, and be like, oh, it ain't work. You know what I'm saying? They can't wait to say that. So
they can't wait. Hey, they can't wait for the poke holes in that shit.
They can't wait to say that. So it's like, my focus is always just, you know, I know that's what's happening. I also feel like part of my career, I started doing so many different things like rap, hip, you know, R&B rap, that people stopped keeping up with what I was doing. Right? So some people think Jermaine Dupri stopped making rap records, and they feel like they ain't hear from me no more, because sometimes, you know, like even here at Power 106, it's like when I did Jagged Edge, Let's Get Married, that was the first time Jagged Edge had been ever on this station. Interesting, yeah, right. But Jagged Edge had, you know, they had records out prior to that. For sure. But then Let's Get Married Remix is what made them a Power 106 group, right? Something that they could come to LA and hear their music on Power 106. That changes your life, right? So then from there, that song made me have to make Where the Party At with Nelly to keep Jagged Edge in this space, because they wanted to stay in this space. So it's like, you know, it's a very interesting thing, like, because when you're making records like that and you trying to make all the records and do everything, you got to just pay attention to so many different things. Right. But a lot of times people lose sight of like, oh, damn, he did the slow version of Let's Get Married. Then they did the remix version of Remix of Let's Get Married. Oh, then they came back and did Where the Party At. Yeah. And you know what I mean? And then probably there I got out of there and went to something else, some other kind of ballad. And just like, you know, you know, people just don't be paying attention. So that's my fuel, because I know they're not paying attention and they're not keeping up. Hitting them over the head. Yeah. All right, we're going to remind them. I put together a little crate with my boy Audio Rock and the squad. Yeah. I just want to know the first thing that comes to mind when you hear these beats, these songs, any stories you could share with us from those sessions. But let's just drop some shit for him, man. All right. Remix. Well, the going joke at this station
Okay.
is the aha part.
Come on, man.
Everybody-
This name this ad lib.
Everybody up in Power 106 always talks about the aha part.
Right.
And the aha part comes from me, because prior to this record, I did the Drew Hill remix.
Okay.
Right? And Jagged was mad at me about the Drew Hill remix, and they felt like I had given their competition a better song than I gave them.
Damn.
So then I was forced to make Let's Get Married. Like, that's what I'm saying. It was on my
Put it on your
soul.
shoulders, for
It was
sure.
on my soul. Like, man, I gotta figure out a way to make a remix that's crazy for Jagged, as crazy as
In My
Will,
Bed remix.
right?
Holy shit.
And thinking about it, I couldn't do it. Just sitting there thinking about it, I couldn't come up with it. I couldn't figure it out. I didn't know what to do. And then some kind of way, shout out to my man Marcus Jefferson, one of my producers. He was like, man, I played the Run DMC record at the same tempo, at the same time as I was playing Let's Get Married, and it synced. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, you wouldn't have to change the vocals if you used it. I'm like, no way.
Nah.
I'm like, you serious? And he's like, yeah. So then I said, let me see. Tried to start messing with it, and sure enough, the vocals sit right on that beat without us having to very speed it or anything.
Damn.
And I'm like, this gotta be like God.
Right. This is a sign for real.
The same thing happened when I did the Just Kicking It remix, and I put the Let's Do It Again under there, like the boom, 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 doom, boom, 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 boom. All of that is like, I didn't change the tempo. I just played the sample, and it just happened to go at the same. And I'm like, this ain't really out of key. This seems like this works. So the same thing happened with the Jagged thing, and it was like somebody was telling me, like, JD, you gotta make these guys a remix. You gotta do it, and you know you gotta do it.
You know you got to do it for the whole team.
You better use this. So yeah, that Jagged remix. Once I got it, I was like, aha.
Yeah, my boy.
I was like,
Gotcha.
That's why that ad lib is on there.
That's so lit. That's so lit.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's drop another one of these hits, man. So def shit. This one of those ones. This one of those ones. Talk to me about the feeling, the emotion, the studio, man.
I was talking about this record the other night. This song, Mariah basically had a session in Atlanta where she was coming to Atlanta, and we supposed to do 2 songs, right? Mm-hmm. I guess, and I think so. She came and we did. I want to say, It's Like That, and We Belong Together was made in the same 2 days, right?
Damn.
So It's Like That was made the night before, and then We Belong Together was made the next night. Now, the next night when she came to the studio, she was supposed to be at the studio, I think, at like 7. She didn't show up till like 11,
Interesting.
right? The plane was supposed to take off at 6 a.m. So from 11 till 6 a.m., we had to make a song. We hadn't even made the song, by the way. She hadn't got to the studio yet. So We Belong Together wasn't even written. We started at 11 o'clock.
Word.
We started at 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. We got to like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Everybody was tired. The song was halfway finished. I was like, just go back to New York. We'll finish it. She was like, no, we got to finish this last little part. And she was determined to like get all the lyrics of the song completely written before she went back to New York. So we was in there just trying to get this song going. And when you working like that, you don't actually even know, you're not paying attention to how good the song was. We knew the song was good.
Right.
But we didn't know that the song would turn out to be what the song
Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
From 11 to 6,
Yeah.
working nonstop.
One day.
One day.
Yeah.
That's not even a full, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
14 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Best-selling song in the U.S. in the year 2005.
Yeah.
7 times platinum.
Yeah.
And still going, man.
Yeah. Song of the decade.
Sheesh, song of the decade, my boy.
Yeah.
All right, man, let's roll another one, man.
Right.
Now, I've texted you about this project, man. You know how I feel about this, man.
Yeah, this one, This is an interesting one too.
Talk to me.
Because the song that came before this was Confessions 1. LA took Confessions 1 off the album
Really?
and put only this version.
Only
on the
2
album.
on there.
Yeah, he only put 2 on there. And I always was like, why? Like, you're gonna confuse people, right? But then when they shot the video, they took the verse from part 1 and put it at the beginning of the video.
Yeah.
And then connected it to 2. And I mean, that was a whole brilliant thing, but like, I never thought that this was a remix. So I'm never thinking that this was gonna be what it turned out to be. I'm thinking it's like I'm remixing the other song, which is the song people gonna pay attention to. So the way that the song was made compared to the way that the song was released, I never thought
that
anything that would be. I mean, I thought it was gonna be a good song and people was gonna like it, but I never thought it would turn out to be what it is.
My God, man.
Yeah.
And in the video, who's Usher talking to in the video? Can you give us any insight?
Well, no, in the video, he's talking to himself in the video. I wasn't there, but I'm saying he's talking to himself in the video. In the video, in the actual song.
Well, it's part 1, right?
Yeah,
where he's talking.
In the actual song, though, I had a girl come to the studio, and that's who he's talking to.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Celebrity, anyone we would know? Come on, let's go viral here, JD.
Because she don't say nothing, but is that true?
Yeah.
So they don't really say that. Yeah.
Classic, legendary stories, man.
Yeah.
Working on the album Confessions, though, like, what was the tone like in there? Like, this is one of the most perfect albums I've ever heard in my life, man.
But the tone wasn't that. I didn't know I don't think we even, we didn't go to the studio thinking we was making that album.
Really?
We just was in the studio making an album. Like, you know what I mean? And like, even like to the point, like, I look at all these cameras and we didn't have no cameramen back then.
Damn.
And we didn't even have a camera guy, period.
To document.
It's no photos or anything of us making that album.
Crazy. That's
You know what I mean? Like, not one.
Right.
Not one time did somebody have a photo.
One time.
Photographer come to the studio and be like, let's take a picture of y'all while y'all making it. They,
Wow.
It wasn't, we was just in the studio. Yeah.
Legendary. Let's run another one, man. A couple more here.
Oh, us just winning he getting all of them, huh?
Y'all, yeah, man.
This song, Let It Burn, was, well, I think this was like a test of me testing myself to see if I could write a song based on something that somebody told me.
Interesting.
Because this was like me taking somebody's idea and writing a song. Because Usher told me, he was like, man, I want a song about the feeling of like when you leave, or you gotta leave your girl, or your girl gotta leave you, and it's burning. It's like it's a burning feeling, but you want to let that burn all the way out. So when he said it to me, I couldn't really. I was just like, what? What are we talking about?
Yeah, right.
And I'm
right.
like, and he left it like that, like, So I was sitting there like, what?
Yeah.
And because I was trying to find, even when I write, I'm trying to find that one line that tells me exactly what the song is about. And I couldn't find that when the feeling ain't the same in your body. That line is the line that really connects it to make you understand where we going, right?
Yeah.
It took me forever to like really comprehend what he meant, because I had never felt that feeling.
You hadn't felt that feeling?
Yeah, I had never felt that burning. So this was the first song I wrote where I'm talking about something that I never actually have experienced.
Damn.
And,
strictly off the...
Yeah, I was just writing based off of me trying to put it together.
Amazing work, man. Amazing work.
That's hard, though, by the way. It's hard.
I can only imagine.
Yeah,
I can only imagine. Let's run a couple more, man.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, we locked in the confession. Yeah, I got a couple from the boy Usher. But that specific, bruh, this is iconic.
Yeah. I can tell you, this song, I was so glued to this song, I was so married to this song, right, that one night Rodney Jerkins called the studio, and Rodney Jerkins had Michael Jackson on the phone, and they called, and they was working on "You Rock My World."
Talk to me about this.
Rodney Jerkins, they called and they was popping shit. They was like, you know, we just made a song that'll kill y'all whole album. And I was like, what? And it was like, you know, because we had mutual friends, and they was like, you know what I mean, JD doing Usher, Rodney doing Michael. They was trying to make it like a Versus before Versus ever happened
Yes,
type
sir.
of thing, right?
Yes, sir.
So he's just talking shit on the phone. So then we just had finished this song. So I'm thinking like, you ain't got shit that's better than this. And the Michael Jackson, I'm a biggest Michael Jackson fan in the world. But I got to stand on what I'm standing on. I'm like, y'all ain't got shit that's better than this, right? So I'm telling him, I'm like, I don't care what you talking about. He's like, yeah, we got a song that's better than your whole album, blah. I'm like, what? No way. I'm like, nigga, this, we just made some shit that'll destroy everything y'all got over there, right? So we going back and forth. And then, I tell Usher get on the phone, I got on speakerphone, and Rodney say, Mike, JD over there, they say they got a song that's better than the whole album. And Mike is like, who? And he's like, Usher. And Mike was like, who? And Usher's listening.
Holy.
So Mike is like, who? He's like trying to like play Usher like, who is that? Who is like, he said it like that. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Michael Jackson is a fucking villain. Like he's straight. He knew what was going on. He's like, who? Who are you talking about? And I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah, so that song, I mean, after that conversation, because we, you know, it kept going back and forth, and I'm like, fuck it, we gonna see which one do the best. After that conversation, I always just was like I said, that I was just sitting around thinking about the fact that I want this song to just destroy whatever that song is that Rodney put out.
Yeah,
whatever that song is, this is the song.
Yeah, facts.
This song got to do better than Rock My World.
Right.
That's all I kept thinking about.
Damn.
That's all I cared about, too, by the way.
Legendary.
Yeah.
Legendary, man. Run another one, man. This an era right here, my boy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Franchise Boys. I mean, this was an era, like you said, this was an era of Atlanta, time in Atlanta that I felt like Atlanta continued to keep pushing the gas, and I could do my part in helping that happen. And I signed the Franchise Boys, and I took a song that was previously done. Oh, I Think They Like Me was already done, and it was just like, people were saying that, you know, I was the king of the remixes, and they was like, so I was just like, let me double down on a remix and see if I can change the life of this record by doing a remix. And I put myself, Brat, and Bow Wow on the song. We shot a video, and we definitely changed the life of that record.
Absolutely, man. That was another one we played up here.
Oh, yeah,
like,
crazy.
oh my God,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Hit him. Come on. Jaguar switching 4 lanes. Money ain't a thing.
Yeah.
What was on your mind, man? You and Hov, bruh.
I mean, it was a bunch of things, right? It was a bunch of things.
Because he needs
You know
one of
what's
those.
crazy? Now, let me say this, not to cut you off.
You got it.
What's crazy is when they talk about the Brat, they say West Coast. But that beat, right, is the nigga you love to hate. That's the beat. That's a song I used to listen to every day.
Damn.
I heard Payback the motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, some
that
cues,
shit.
Yeah.
I used to be in the car like, what? This thing, Ice Cube's going crazy. Right? And that's the same beat from Money Ain't a Thing. And it's crazy that nobody ever say that like it's a West Coast beat. But that to me is a West Coast beat.
Yeah, I could hear it now. Yeah.
And so just that influence of that song, The Weak in the Knees, and then me listening to Can't Knock the Hustle, picking Jay-Z up, and him saying, Deep in the South, kicking up top game, screaming through the sunroof, whatever the lines are.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And him saying that, I was thinking like I'm gonna sample it.
Okay. On some like DJ Premier type vibes.
I'm gonna sample it or whatever. And then I told him that I'm like, yo, we gonna use this. And I don't know if he thought I was gonna sample it or not, right?
Okay.
But then he said it. He came up with his own little thing, right? Y'all want to rock with us? Turn it up. He came up with that part, and when he started coming up with that part, I'm like, okay, cool. he understood what I was saying, so we're not gonna sample it. It's gonna go in. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
this.
right.
So it was an interesting day in hip hop of us making that song. 'Cause
You
it was
two
a
together?
bunch of elements from everywhere that was flying in. That was just like, we got to make this song right.
Man, that was another one that had the clubs and the radio just on smash,
LP
man.
was crazy with that song.
Yeah, no, you know it. LA had that going off, man. Was there any rapper or artist that you felt like should have been signed to So Def, but kind of slipped through the cracks? It didn't end up.
Ludacris.
Luda.
Yeah, Luda's supposed to have been signed to Social Death. That's why, that's why Welcome to Atlanta was created, because Ludacris, I put Ludacris on. I did the music for John Madden 2000. And this was before video games had music in them. That's hard to believe, probably. But
Crazy, yeah.
EA wasn't using no music. Nobody had written music for EA Sports. This was the first time they decided to get somebody to actually do the music, and they asked me to do the music. And they was like, we want, but can you make it sound animated? And I'm like, first thing I'm thinking about Busta Rhymes. I'm like, I'm not animated like that. I rap, but if I rap on it, I'm not going, I wasn't gonna do nothing like that. So, Ludacris had these radio drops that he was doing on the radio.
Right.
He was like a radio DJ.
Yeah.
Like he'd do commercials for like different companies, and he was very animated. He would like get his point across in these commercials, and I asked him to do the Madden thing.
Dope, yeah.
So I let him do the John Madden thing before he was even an artist.
Crazy.
Right? And I felt like that was my initial way of letting him know I wanted to sign him.
Yeah.
Right? And then he dropped his first song. And I remember going to my office, and I had this is probably like the time when I had the most employees ever. And I remember talking to myself about having so many employees and feeling like I wasn't really allowing them to do all the work that they should be doing.
Interesting, okay.
Right? And I'm like, I got people talking about they A&R and So Def and this, that, and the third. So I guess I should just, let's see what the fuck they in here doing. Like, I'm paying them, so
I'm
let me
coming
go.
through. What we got going in
I'm paying
here?
them, right? So we had A&R meeting. And in the A&R meeting, I said, I want to sign Ludacris. And everybody was like, I don't know about that, JD. What's going to happen when this style get old? And, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay, cool. I asked somebody else. Like, nah, I don't know if that fit with us. And I was just like, oh, okay.
Crazy.
Now, I'm sitting there listening, and I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing as a CEO. I'm letting my company choose.
Yeah, be vocal, and you're taking in what they have to say.
But I should have never did that. I should have just listened to my gut as I always, because I had already made the move.
Your track record's crazy.
Yeah, but I had already made the move to say I stamped him, regardless of what y'all was talking about. I was already had stamped him by putting him on Madden. So it was just me, like I said, when you young, you gotta, something like that could possibly happen. I was trying to listen to my office and not be the dickhead boss, right? And make them not feel like they had no involvement in decisions that was being made at So Def. And that's one of the decisions that they chose.
Damn, interesting.
We didn't sign Ludacris.
Man, it's crazy. That's a bar. That's a real story right there, and it's a good lesson for a lot of people coming up.
Yeah, don't say shit, dog.
Yeah, or trust your fucking gut, man. Holy.
Yeah.
Is there a song you hear on the radio now that still gives you chills that comes to mind that you've done?
Made for Me still. They don't give me chills. It just really
That's such a good record,
it's
man.
Basically surprising. Just because I chose to make a record, a completely R&B song in the midst of a time when people were saying R&B music was dead.
For real, and not playing it on the radio, and
not playing it on the radio, and just actually dismissing R&B. When we made a song that didn't, I don't even think I ain't talk on the song. I made a traditional R&B song. I ain't put my vocals on it. I ain't know y'all know what this is on the song. Nothing. And the success of that song proved to me that, you know, sometimes, like I said, you just got to go with your gut. You can't pay attention to the noise.
Yeah, man.
Right? And that's one of the, you know, there's so much noise out there.
So much noise,
bro. You got to
bro.
shut the noise out and just go get lasered in and do what you got to do.
Dope, man. Yeah, Money Long, man. Beautiful record, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to Money Long.
Yeah.
Top 3 female vocalists. Who comes to mind for you, man? You've worked with the
Mariah
best.
at the top. I gotta say Aretha Franklin, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna put Beyonce in there. I hope I ain't leaving nobody out that's gonna be mad, but this is my fast.
That's the
quick
3 that.
pick.
Yeah. Mariah, Aretha Franklin, and Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce vocals is always on point. I commend her from, you know, all these years and still caring about vocals. To me that's a thing that a lot of
Kind of got lost along the way?
Yeah, a lot of artists don't understand. Like, coming to the show and your vocals sound like the record is a thing for me.
Yeah, for sure. Is that what you mean about caring about your vocals?
Yeah, I mean, well, just caring about that, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One of the things I hate, and I know people are going to get mad at me, but R. Kelly being locked up and can sing as well as he is, that in itself is a crime, right? You know, I heard something that he did recently for Malcolm Jamal Warner, rest in peace. I guess it's real. I don't know. It can't be AI.
Right.
If the AI is singing that good, then Lord help us.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it's R. Kelly making a song from jail.
Damn, yeah.
About Malcolm Jamal Warner and his vocals in jail. If this is real, I don't know if it's real, but if it is real and his vocals sound like that, this guy.
Yeah.
It's you know what I mean? Vocally, it's just, he's unmatched, right? And I love people that pay attention to their vocal skills.
I heard that.
Do what they got to do.
Yeah. I mean, that leads me, I was going to ask you 3 top male vocalists. Who comes to mind?
Usher, R. Kelly for sure. And I got to say Michael, you know, even though he's not here, but when Michael Jackson was here, his vocal range and what he was doing. Matter of fact, we was listening to something early today. When he was 6 or 7 years old, when he did the When I had you, I treated you bad.
Yeah.
Like, his vocals is just like.
At that age.
By the way, that's another thing. Like, when we talking about in the beginning, like, if you sing in this era and your voice is that pure, there's no way people can not pay attention to you. There's no way somebody can ignore you, right? That's another thing. Like, if you could be so vocally incredible that the world has to pay attention to you.
Yeah, man.
Right? And that's the stuff that I feel like we're missing. We're missing people who have that talent. Like, as soon as they open their mouth, it's like, yo. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's a feeling.
That's just something that we have to have come back into our world as well.
Agreed. My Boo, Usher, Alicia Keys collaboration.
Yeah. That's a record that pisses me off because I had a whole scheme behind
Talk
this
about
song, right? We did this song in like no time, right? And then Alicia got on the song. And I heard it back, and I'm like, Usher, listen, we should just go in the studio right now, and you and Alicia do an album. We could do 8 songs, 9 songs at the most. I'm like, we'll do this in a week, 2 weeks. Take the same mindset and go into the studio. And nobody around, everybody was looking at me like I was crazy. And I was like, Tammy Terrell, Marvin Gaye, like, this is it right now. Let's go, right? And the song hadn't come out yet. The success of the song had happened, and people was just like, almost like, JD, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I left it alone, right? And the next thing I know, this is the #1 record in the country.
Out of here. Damn.
And I'm like,
yeah,
we could have dropped the album like tomorrow, and you had a #1 album in the country too. Like, you know what I mean?
10 of these forever for you to perform everywhere you go for the rest of your life.
It was too easy. So every time I think about it and hear that song, I'm just like, we just left money on the table. You know what I mean? It's just too easy.
Too easy. Would have been the easiest money you ever made, my boy.
Too easy. It would have been a great album too.
Yeah, man. No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, you was on Alicia Keys' first project.
Yeah. My father signed Alicia to Columbia.
Crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just remember getting a record because I know Fallin' was the big one, but I feel like your record was the first one I heard.
Well, no. Oh, you talking about on her album?
Yeah,
well,
on her.
Before she got signed to Clive, she was signed to Columbia Records. When my dad was working there as the president of Black Music, my dad signed Alicia first.
Crazy. I didn't know that part
she
of the
left
story.
Columbia and then she went to Clive.
J Records.
Yeah, and that's why that's why I was on her album, because of our relationship prior.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Damn. That's I didn't know that part of the story.
Yeah.
How about songwriters? Like, who's like 3 songwriters best of all time that come to mind for you?
Babyface.
Yes. Don't play with Babyface.
Yeah, you can't play with Babyface.
Don't play with Babyface.
Barry Gordy. That's one that people probably come up here and never mention.
Yeah, that's
Barry Gordy wrote, I heard it through the grapevine. Like, you know how the California raisins, you know how long you been watching this guy? Like, you wrote that? Like, what? Whoa, wow. You know what I mean? Like, nah, him and Smokey Robinson, they done wrote a whole bunch of songs that's just like, we'll never get away from them. Right?
Forever.
They'll be around forever. And I want to say, man, songwriters. I'm gonna say Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
I was right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, you know, these guys are some of the best songs in the world. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll just go on a rabbit hole.
So if you go between Jimmy Jam and Babyface, then you got End of the Road, Bended Knee. Just between them 2 songs, the Bended Knee, End of the Road, these songs are the greatest songs that's ever written. You know what I mean? So,
man.
Yeah, these guys are incredible.
Appreciate you sharing that with us, man. Let's do a little confession time with JD. Musical confessions. Ain't no wild shit. It's musical stuff. I think you kind of answered this earlier, but have you ever made a beat in less than 10 minutes that went platinum? Or less than an hour? You know, what was...
Yeah, Jump.
God dang. Fucking...
Bow Wow and Sierra Like You.
Holy.
I had to think about how fast I make these beats, but yeah. I mean, I got a lot of them, though. I got a lot of them records that's like, as soon as I make the beat, I know, like...
Come on.
I don't know where the lyrics going, but I know that it's too hard for me to lead a drum machine, right? So usually what happens, I make the beat, and I try to get up and walk away.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. But Grills took a little long. But Grills...
is one of those.
Grills was one of the ones that, you know, soon as we came from the club, we made the beat. Nelly was like, this it.
Let's go.
This it. He just started moving around. Fast.
So
very fast.
dope.
That one is fast. But Jump was, I wrote the song in like 25 minutes, the entire song. Did the beat and all that. Like, fast. Like, oh, okay. Okay. I would say Confessions Part 2 was written fast like that. Like, the words almost was like in the air for me. I was just like, oh, we gonna say this, we gonna say this, we gonna say this. But yeah.
Destiny,
them 4 right there is like
monsters.
I probably got more that's faster.
I'm sure. We'll save that for part 2.
Yeah,
part 2 of this.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a hit record and a good record?
This is a good, interesting conversation because a lot of people have been saying that hit record is like hit. You know what I mean? Hit record is
undeniable.
Chart. No, it's also chart. The charts matter. You know, hit records is like We Belong Together. It's a hit record, right? There's a lot of records out here that's good records, but don't have the chart sustain on the charts the way We Belong Together has. Can't fight off the charts the way people. You know what I mean?
What is it about that record? What do you think is the sauce inside of it?
It's the fact that it becomes like a thing that multiple people share the subject matter, right? Multiple people share the subject. The words become something that belongs to other people as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we belong together means you and somebody else, and this person and that person. It don't even have nothing to do with Mariah or myself. After that point, it becomes their song.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
A lot of songs are like that are hits. They become records that you know all the words. You know what you was doing when the song came out. It does that same thing to multiple people. It's just, and the radio stations is also like songs getting played. Hits are defined by radio airplay.
I heard that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's another thing. Like, there's a lot of people that got records that's good, but they ain't got played on the radio. That's almost like how saying, like, if you take the Jagged Edge story, the Jagged Edge had Gotta Be, and then we had He Can't Love You. Before.
Yep.
And then we had Let's Get Married, the slow version, right? These was like album 1 into album 2.
Yep.
They never got played at this radio station we are at right now, just for any young people that's paying attention.
Crazy. And these were like big records.
Never. They was big records.
Yeah.
Good records.
Mm-hmm.
Until I did that remix. When I did that remix, that's what a hit is, ultimately. That's what a hit was, because it transcends from where you were to places that you weren't, right?
Yeah.
And then Jagged Edge become a group to a fan base. What's the demo here? Like, what as far as the race?
Latino now, Hispanic, yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah.
Jagged Edge became a group to Hispanic community in LA that they should pay attention
to. Familiarized with. Yeah, crazy, man. Yeah,
that's what a hit will do for you. You know what I mean? That's what people don't understand. A hit record will change your life drastically. Right? Yeah. And it might have been Hispanics that was paying attention to Jagged prior. But
this puts it on a big stage.
This song kicked the door open to be like, this the group y'all all need to be paying attention to.
Come on,
right?
Man.
And that's the definition of what a hit will do for you.
Love it, man. Love it.
Yeah.
One more on the confession, man. What's the most expensive record that comes to mind that you've ever made? I'm talking.
Where the party at?
Where the party?
Without you even
finishing. Easy?
Yeah, because Nelly charged me like $235 for the verse.
Nah, Nelly wasn't charging $235.
Matter of fact, $250. $250 for the verse.
Damn, like that? He's just like, JD, you got it.
$250,000 for anybody that don't understand what I'm saying. $250.
$250 for the verse.
For the verse.
When the invoice came in, what was you saying?
16 bars for $250,000.
I can only imagine.
To this day, he claimed he ain't get the money, but
wait a minute.
He know that was the bill.
Ooh,
he know for sure that was the ticket. And it was crazy because it was like I said, it's interesting because you ask these questions about a hit.
Yes.
Jagged Edge was a group that had good records, right? Mm-hmm. And then we moved them into that hit zone. Right, and when that hit zone happened, I went to Columbia and I was saying, like, you said the most expensive record. This was the first time I ever had to deal with this, so I had to go to the record label and be like, guys, listen, if we gonna like continue this path that Jagged Edge is in at this point, it's gonna be pretty expensive, and they didn't even bat an eye.
Not even blink.
They was like, how soon are you going to do the verse?
Damn.
And it just made me realize, like, when motherfuckers ready to roll, they ready to roll. It is what it is. It ain't no, you know what I mean? Ain't no holdbacks, ain't no playing around. When you get somebody that be playing around with $10,000, little $20,000, they fucking with you. They don't even like you.
Right, that's what that means.
They don't even like you.
That's what
they fuck with you.
Damn.
That money go up, there ain't gonna be no question. So I mean, like I said, I called him, I told him, I spoke to Nelly. Nelly's my man already, so it wasn't even no question. We
gonna get this done.
slide that.
Crazy.
You know?
Crazy.
Yeah.
And watch a movie in the jacuzzi, baby.
Yeah.
Big Papa remix, man. This was really a unique remix right here, man, because how do you even, the record's already, this is Biggie. This is Bad Boy. Here comes the So Def twist on it. Your ad-libs. He's even redoing some of the vocals.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this moment.
I don't even know what that actually is, basically. Like, I mean, you know, me and Big was friends, right? And the crazy part about it was that Big knew that Big Papa and Funkdafied was the same beat. He knew this. So the whole time that when Big Papa came out, he kept saying, JD, what's different with your song and my song? Because Brat was having a lot of success.
Yeah.
Radio was playing her record more than they was playing Biggie at the time. And he was like, what? I want to know why. What's the difference? He kept asking me that. And I was like, I mean, you know, I'm saying it's got a hook, it's different. He was like, well, shit, make my shit sound like her shit. And I was like, I can't do that. But he convinced, and it was funny because it was like the first time that Puff actually, like, I mean, he let other people remix, but me and Puff had been pitted against each other so much.
Facts.
And Big was like, I want JD to do my remix. I was completely surprised that Puff was like, cool.
Yeah.
And he let me do the remix. And, you know, I gave Big what I thought he was asking for. I put music under there to make it feel more like melodic, and you know what I mean? And they put a singing part on there to make it feel more like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you listen to it, it got a little bit, it's probably way more melodic than the actual.
It is more, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, then we came right back after that and we did the B-side.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Right to it.
Yeah.
And that had a bounce to it, my boy.
This the only station in,
We were all over
y'all
that.
the only station that played that record.
Really?
As far as real radio spin.
Yeah.
I mean, it might have been some other ones, but
We had the mix shows
like
cracking, so
midday, Biggie Brat was on the radio.
this was one of those records, man.
Yeah.
So that they had great chemistry on that too, man.
Yeah.
Brad, Biggie, you
Yeah.
on the production.
We made that song in like an hour or two
Really? Where do y'all make that at?
at my house.
Atlanta.
Yeah, no, in Atlanta. Yeah, he came out there and he was like, you know, him and Brat shared a blunt and it was done.
Ran it up.
Yeah.
Ran it up. JD, I'm gonna give you 3 beats, man. Spin it, own it, trash it. One gotta go.
Okay.
One gotta go. This might be difficult, my brother.
all right.
This might be difficult. Usher Burn, Mariah, Shake It Off, Money Ain't a Thing. You can only keep 2.
I'm gonna get rid of Shake It Off. Only because Mariah probably would get rid of Shake It Off too, because
Really?
Shake It Off, well, nah, maybe not, but We Belong Together kept Shake It Off from going number 1.
Really?
So
It was that run was just so long
yeah,
that
it came out and we couldn't get into number. I actually had 3 records that I had 1, 2, and 3 at one point in time. I had We Belong Together, Shake It Off, and I had Like You as 1, 2, and 3.
damn.
Right? But Shake It Off could not move We Belong Together, right? So in Mariah's catalog, Shake It Off is a number 1 record to the crowd.
Yeah.
When she performs, this is a song that everybody like. That song is that song.
Yeah.
But it never went number 1 because it was blocked by We Belong Together. And I feel like if I had to get rid of one that didn't, it just couldn't get up there.
If you had
it
to
just didn't have enough strength to get up there.
Damn, to beat her though, like
Yeah,
she's competing
yeah.
with herself,
Yeah,
man.
And I
Damn.
got to keep Money in a Thing because that's a song where, to this day, people say you was rapping with her.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
People feel like I really accomplished something by rapping,
For
standing
sure.
next to Hov, and, you know, actually writing my raps and he not writing it and all of that.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was a a moment in time.
No doubt.
As far as hip hop goes, so them the two songs.
I love it. I love it. Hey, you got We Belong Together. Ain't no reason to be greedy, man. You got it, baby. Yo, also too, you brought Jay out at that concert, like that was So Def anniversary.
Oh, yeah, the 20th anniversary.
Where Jay was like, "Yo, no vocals. Like, let me just," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was a big moment, though. That
was a big moment for hip hop because that was like a change of a lot of things. Like that was the beginning. People don't even realize it. That was the first time you had ever seen anybody in hip hop with a Cuban that big, right? And after that date, every rapper in America started wearing Cuban links. Like
for sure.
That let me know that everybody in hip hop watched that show.
Facts. Influential.
Everybody that love music watched that show.
Yeah.
That's something. That's the stuff I be paying attention to. Like, okay, so I feel like people be acting like they don't really fuck with me, but all y'all niggas watch that. Y'all watch. All
that shit.
I know y'all watch that shit. Yeah, so.
All right, let's put together a super group of rappers. 5 rappers. Who's gonna be in this super group for you, JD? All time too. Not currently. Just like, let's build like that. Avengers.
Man, I'm gonna go with Slick Rick, Jay-Z, Big. Snoop.
Nice.
I'm trying to think who else would I go with, and I'm gonna throw a curveball, just a curve. Pimp C.
Oh, okay.
Just to give me a little different flavor.
So you producing it. I see what you're doing.
I'm producing. I'm trying to make it what I want to make it, but yeah.
All right, just a couple more questions here. Let's talk about some of the keys to success, man, because I always like my viewers to get, some real game, especially you've already dropped so much. But JD, when things aren't going your way in the studio or business, how do you maintain that like level of patience? You know what I mean?
When things are not going my way.
Who we texting? Usher?
I'm texting Lil Jon.
Oh, John. Okay.
Yeah, he on the way.
He coming up here?
Nah, we going to the studio.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, so we all going to see Lil Jon and JD cook up after this. Did you do Lovers and Friends too?
Nah, he did. That's John.
Dang,
did.
y'all man.
Yeah.
Monster Records, my boy.
When things ain't going my way, I really just try to figure out a way to get around what ain't going my way. You know what I mean? Because
so basically, not taking no for an answer and just knocking down the block.
Nah, I take no's. Cause you gonna get a bunch of no's. You gotta figure out how to move around no. Cause no is not the end. No is just somebody telling you no. You gotta figure out a way to get around no.
Some people say it's better to get that no, so you kind of know what like is expected from there or what's not expected. Sometimes it's good to get that first.
Yeah, I just pay attention. You know what I mean? I pay attention to the person who's saying no and watching for when they gonna tell somebody else something else.
Yeah.
So then I'm trying to figure out from that point, like, oh, okay, I seen you tell such and such yes. So why I gotta know, right? So then it's on me to try to figure out how I get to the point that the other person got that yes.
Yeah.
That's what I be trying to figure out. I don't sit there and dwell on it. I just believe that no, a lot of times it's just because the person they not trying to fuck with you.
It'd be like that.
You got to figure out a way to get them to fuck with you.
Was there an L you took in your career that really turned out to be a blessing?
No.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Nah. I mean, I think that
or a lesson.
If I ever took any lessons, it just was supposed to be a lesson. You know what I mean? For the most part, it never was like a situation where it was like, thank God that happened.
Right.
Because nothing, you never really want anything to happen. I'm always a person that's like doing things that are in motion.
Yeah.
And if something happens while that's happening, you kill the motion more than anything. Because I always have other reasons why I'm doing things besides what other people do.
I heard that.
Like, I don't make music for money. I don't make music because, like, my goal, like even right now, this goal to put out these records for Magic City, my goal is to like walk in a club and hear like 3-4 songs from this album,
Facts.
right?
Yeah.
Go to another club and hit 3-4 songs from the album, and then, like, say for instance, we in Vegas and we go to one club, I hear you playing, you play songs, or to somebody plays, then we go to the strip club afterwards and they playing like 3-4 songs. That's my goal. Like, and then by the way, that's a hard goal.
For sure. For
right?
sure.
Without me going to the DJ booth and asking,
Right.
like, that's a hard goal to just try to get that going. But that's the vibe I'm on. So
No doubt.
it ain't really, to get to that space, it's a hell of a push that you got to do, and you just got to you got to try to make records that speak that language without you even having to talk to people.
That part.
Yeah.
Jay, thank you for your time,
you, my
man.
guy.
I appreciate you,
For
my
sure.
brother.
Always.
It's been an honor, my boy.
Yeah.
You know it. Be on the lookout for that Magic City documentary coming to Stars, right? What we got? Okay, yeah. Facts. He living it, my brother. Thank you, my boy.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. And yeah, man, Jermaine Dupri, Just Incredible's Liftoff Show. Power
August
106.
15th. August 15th.
August 15th. Run it up.
Yeah.